So now it's time to switch gears and look at the legacy of the New Deal. Here you can see a good graphic for basically what the New Deal did. What we have now is a safety net that's in place to help any American during tough times. Through unemployment, through old age insurance, through insured bank deposits, through the Securities and Exchange Commission to protect the stock market, and so on. Now the government's role has changed, and it should provide Americans with economic security like this net during the Depression or other times. So now, the public expects this to happen from the government. The government must provide Americans with economic security. That means that its role has changed. The government today is responsible for the health of the economy and welfare of its people. So, Social Security still exists to give old age pensions, unemployment insurance, and welfare to those in need. Just take a look at this poster. I think it kind of suggests it all. More security for the American family. And notice this one's targeting the elderly here. To make sure that people trust banks, now the FDIC makes sure that bank deposits are insured to at least $250,000. It's still around, still protecting, just like Social Security still is. And there are other things that still linger. Minimum wage is still around, 40-hour work week, and so on. But the government is now involved. They're the one holding the net to make sure that Americans are caught. This brings us to a final area of legacy, and that is the federal deficit and national debt. Now, we talked earlier about the federal deficit. This is the amount of money that in 1 year a government owes. The national debt is a larger amount. And again, we're talking about what happens when the government spends more than it takes in. The federal debt's going to be alarming. Take a look at the debt clock from 2016. Notice that the U.S. national debt is $19 trillion plus. Notice that for each citizen alive, $59,130 is owed. And notice that this money is going to have to be paid back at some point. To pay back that money, each person again would have to spend $59,132. And that's not each taxpayer. We're including the elderly in there. So now it's time for you to decide what you think about the New Deal and whether or not it helped or hurt Americans.